Welcome back to The Laugh. Now, Tumi, we're still sticking to the baking theme.
Definitely, Palisa, and now we're doing something that's very nostalgic.
Oh, I love that for you. Now, there are tastes that evoke a sense of home in people. They often exchange through food creations. A bite, a sip, a smell in the air. A sense of home and belonging are complex emotions, especially when you're living away from home. Now, there's that feeling or the cravings that have the little reminders and the little things that you miss, especially when it comes to your favorite foods. So today, Tumi and I will be creating something that she has always had in her home, something that she literally cannot go without when it comes to tea time, and that's some chocolate finger cookies. Tumi, those look delicious.
Palisa, they definitely look delicious, and they're reminding me so much of home. And we're using our RAMA original today to make these beautiful biscuits. Palisa, if there's something that reminds me of home, it has got to be the smell of baking. And it is perfect that we've chosen this one because I'm trying to transfer this tradition to my son so that it becomes something that we sort of do together at home, because of the memories, because of the taste, because of just the moments that you create whenever you have such dishes.
And how's he doing so far?
Palisa, he's definitely winning in that department. So, Palisa, what we're starting off with here is I've got some of our RAMA that I've just cut and put into our bowl here. And the first step would be to cream our RAMA and our sugar together. The reason for this is that we want to lighten up our mixture and make sure that it's nice and soft and allow for all the ingredients to incorporate together. So all we're going to do is just put all these ingredients together. I've also got some vanilla essence. I've got some cocoa powder. I've got some baking powder that's also going to go into our mixture. And then we're just going to bind it with the flour. And the one thing I love is that you're going to get that beautiful, rich, creamy, decadent flavor that comes from the RAMA that we're going to add. And then you're just going to add the beauty to this recipe.
Yep, I'm beautifying everything in the kitchen today. So Utumi has got me on chocolate station, which I do not mind because this chocolate smells delicious. It's some dark chocolate, Netumi, yes. Quite intense in flavor. And you've also chopped up some nuts for me, and this is essentially just going to be the dip. The tip of those cookies have that little chocolate dip. That is essentially what it is. And I suppose the nuts just add that extra crunch.
Yes, Palisa, that's what we want. We always talk about texture, and one thing I used to do back in the days when we made these biscuits, there was never that idea that you have to have texture and crunch. They were always just nice and smooth. So I decided as we keep going, as the years go, let's find ways to, zhuzh up our recipes. And that's why we've decided to add that bit of chocolate on the side, as well as some chopped nuts in there. So, Pali, I've creamed my sugar and butter together. The whole idea is just to make sure it's a nice combined mixture. And then from here, I'm going to start creaming the rest of our ingredients together. I'm going to add our vanilla essence into this. So it's going to help loosen this mixture that I've got here as well. And then into this, I'm adding a little bit of ice cold water. I literally had ice in this water just to help bind everything together. And then I'm going to add the dry ingredients into this. They've already been sifted together.
What I love about what RAMA is doing today, not only with this recipe, but just in general, is that it's taking us all the way back to our childhood. I mean, there's so many scents, tastes, and smells that remind me and just evoke that sense of home. Durban is where my heart is, and they do say home is where the heart is. So I can just imagine walking into a home, smelling these delicious chocolate finger cookies. Love it.
Love it for us, Palisa. So I've just mixed together my dry ingredients. In here, I've got my cocoa powder, I've got my baking powder, and I've got my flour. And then into this, I'm just going to incorporate the rest of these ingredients here. Do you want to may I ask you just to pass me a spatula, just so I can fold these ingredients together, Pali? And then, in essence, all we want is a nice, firm dough, because we're creating biscuits. You don't want it to be runny. You want it to be nice and firm, allowing you to roll it to whatever thickness that you prefer. In this instance, we don't want them too thick because they are going to have a bit of a rise once they go into the oven. And then we're going to just try and work them down and let them cool down. And then they're obviously going to dip again after that. So, Pali, I'm just slowly incorporating our ingredients there. How's the chocolate looking on your end?
Absolutely beautiful. It's definitely melting down quite thoroughly. I mean, this double boiler is hot, hot, hot. Utumi had already got the hot water going at the bottom. And then she put just that glass container, the glass bowl on top. And that's essentially what is holding the chocolate, making it be able to not burn, but still melt down completely, which is iconic. Dumi, talk to me again about why specifically are we using RAMA Original in this recipe?
Because of the flavor that it brings, Balisa, because of the memories that it brings, because of, you know, the moments that you share whenever you think of such recipes. I want to quickly just give my hands a bit of a wash, and then I'm going to come back to this just now.
On my station here, I decided not to use all of the chocolate because essentially some of this chocolate I can just sprinkle on top, make it look super, super, super cute. And now that your hands are clean, is that the beginning stage before it goes into the oven?
Correct. So what I'm doing here, Balisa, is I'm just rolling out our dough to a nice thick consistency or a nice thick dough. And then I'm just going to use a knife. The only thing I'm trying to do here is I want to cut them into nice little batons, if I would say. So all I'm doing here, I'm not even going to cut through and put it and separate them. You just cut them and you're going to bake them as is, because once you take them out of the oven, they're going to break away easily.
Okay.
So you don't ever have to worry about that. If you do have a worry about them sticking together, then you can split them, but I think why not? You know, just leave them as is. I know they look very rustic, but this is the whole idea. It's a very childlike recipe that you can do with your kids, that you can do with your family. These go into bake for 12 minutes. Come out looking beautiful. Decorate them with that beautiful chocolate. Would you like to taste, Bali?
I would love to have a taste of one of those. I'm loving the fact that we're using something that is so versatile. That is the RAMA Original. It's available in the tub and brick format, making things so easy and so convenient in your household. RAMA is also just a much-loved South African brand that has been present in our households for generations. So mina ngithi, cheers to that. Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Yes.
I love that, Dumi. That cocoa flavor is definitely coming through.
I'm glad you're enjoying them, Balisa. I hope it reminds you of home as well.
Definitely making me dance. It's these meals made with love and RAMA that family away from home remember fondly. To get your hands on this recipe, please do visit afternoonexpress.co.za and taste the love with RAMA wherever you go. Now listen up, because this is something you do not want to miss. RAMA is giving away a grocery voucher to the value of 800 Rand once a week for 13 weeks. To kickstart week 1 of this amazing competition, tell us what special meal with memories come to mind when you think of RAMA on the Afternoon Express show's Facebook or Twitter pages with the hashtag RAMA Taste the Love. And you can stand a chance of winning a grocery voucher to the value of 800 Rand. This week's competition closes at midday on Monday, the 13th of September. T's and C's do apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.
Wherever food is made with love, you'll find RAMA. Taste the love.